Hello, I'm Dr. Paul Coleman, author of Finding Peace When Your Heart is in Pieces, and you're watching Peace Talks. Along your journey of personal transformation after loss, the second pathway that you will encounter is what I call the path of inspiration. I want to tell you a personal story of how that sometimes works. I was driving one Sunday afternoon after I came out of the gym, and it was a very rainy Sunday afternoon. And I wanted to go to my favorite coffee shop. And as I got closer to the shop, I knew I needed to get into the left-hand lane to make a turn. There was no traffic, even though the roads were quite large, many roads. I didn't take the left-hand turn. And I was puzzled as to why I wasn't taking it. And I said, well, let me go a little farther and I can still find a way to get to my favorite coffee shop. But I didn't do it. And now I was really puzzled, like, why aren't I going to the coffee shop that I really want to go to? So up ahead on my right was a bookstore. And I knew that the bookstore sold coffee. So I said, well, I guess I'll get my coffee there. Pulled into the parking lot. I had an umbrella in my car. The rain was coming down in buckets. And I said, okay, time to get out and get my coffee. And I sat in my car. And I didn't quite understand why I was still sitting there. I sat there for about a minute and a half. And finally, I said, I got to get out of here and get my coffee. This is kind of crazy. And as I did, as I was getting out of the car, put the umbrella up, I saw a flash of red. And I looked, and a couple of rows down was this very elderly gentleman getting out of his car, getting soaking wet. So I ran over to him and I said, would you like to share my umbrella? And he said, oh, please. He took my arm, and we walked very, very slowly to the building, and we went inside. I asked him if he'd like me to stick around for a while. He said no, he intended to be there for a long while, and he thanked me. And this voice in my head kind of said, okay, you can go now. And it made me think, was the reason I didn't go to the original coffee shop because I was supposed to help this man? Now, I don't know. Someone might say, it's just a random sequence of events. But what I'm telling you this story for is this. I paid attention to my inner voice. My inner voice said, don't go to the coffee shop. The logical part of me would have said, you're crazy, go to the coffee shop. My ego would have said, take a turn, go to the coffee shop. I didn't do that. I paid attention to my inner voice, and as a result, I helped a very elderly man not get soaked to the skin. That's what the path of inspiration can be like. So be open to those possibilities. But in order to do that, you have to stop going to your own ego, what you think makes sense, and be open to things, insights that you're receiving that may not make sense. I'm Dr. Paul Coleman. You can find me on findingpeaceinyourheart.com. And you've been watching Peace Talks. Thank you very much for watching.